Alright, let me get something with you guys straight. So, the garden is not the problem with the economy. I mean, yes, you can get a ton of money easily, and you can get into it very easily. But but we never had an issue with this with mining. Of course, well, you have to spend more time, but there's a difference between before and now. See, there wasn't such a demand as there is now. Since people can get into it easier, then that means people are able to generate more money. That was the entire goal, correct? Yes. Well, the whole entire what they didn't think of is that there's not enough supply. Of course, the reason why the prices are so high is because the reason why prices are so high is because of the fact that there is not enough supply to keep up with the demand. And this is honestly the admin's fault. Because, first of all, if you're going to upgrade the economy of an aspect of the game, you're going to have to realize this in advance. Because for example, there are literally no scrolls on Bazaar. There's no sell offers. So now, now you can barely get any now because everybody bought it up. But the thing is that there's not enough of people dropping it. Is what I'm saying. Is that if you're gonna make items rare and you're gonna upgrade the economy, you have to at least allow players to drop it consistently, or have it at least at higher rate, because we don't have an issue with summoning eyes. Of course, like, because summoning eyes you can just keep dropping it, and for example, like stuff with mining, because actually a reason to, you can keep upgrading, and then you can get eventual like expensive stuff. I mean, it takes time. What they need to do is lock more progression behind the farming levels. For example, like through farming 50 through 60, what they have golds where you have to get a unique in. What they could do at farming 40 is lock farming 40 through 50 by you have to get a silver in each contest. I mean, yeah, of course, this would harm some people, but honestly, nobody's gonna really care. So, but the main issue is that garden is not the problem. It is the amount of people dropping it is the problem, and of how unrealistically rare it is to drop. It's very tedious to drop it, and it is and a lot of stuff is just nearly impossible to get, so that's why the economy is so currently high. And this goes with cookies as well. You cannot craft cookies, you can only buy it, and it's only going to get worse as time going to get on, because people are making money, which means they're not going to bother themselves with buying money to get cookies. So people are just going to farm like I am to get money so I can afford my stuff. There's just not enough. It's just items are just being too rare to the point where it's like the economy is just getting super inflated. Garden is not the problem. Like, yes, they get money, but you're gonna buff one thing, you need to buff everything else to match the economy, or add different things. I don't know. I don't think garden's the problem. I think actually obtaining items is the problem. I mean, I don't know. I think that they should do something about not the garden. But I mean, I get it's really good to get into. I mean, I'm making plenty of money right now. I'm barely, but yeah, I get that people can AFK it. I mean, you can pretty much AFK mining as well. I mean, you make 50 mil an hour. It affects literally nobody. But now everybody's complaining about it because all the people mining are now doing dungeons, and now I think we're in a spot where something needs to be done about the economy. It just needs to be either, I mean, I guess they just need a lot more progression, honestly, at this point. Just a lot more progression through like silvers to like farming 40 through 50. It only makes sense. That way people aren't making too much money, because the amount of farming fortune you can get through 40 through 50 is, let's see, it's 4 per level, which means that's like an extra 40 fortune. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot, but a lot, like 40 fortune can go a long way, but still. Or they just need a lot more progression through farming tools, and they need to make it harder to obtain items in the farming instead of making it really easy. Although nowadays everybody's running for Mento, or just have higher skill requirement for items. That's all that needs to be done. Is just higher skill requirements, and I feel that maybe it should kind of fix the economy. Or, I mean, then again, it wouldn't fix it because everybody's pretty much farming 50 now. Or they just make things more obtainable or craftable. Because if they want to keep a stable economy, they have to at least make it somewhat reasonable to get. It is just absurd. Especially with cookie prices. I mean, they were like 8.2 mil. They went up to like 9 mil today. Like, I kid you not. And especially with all like the bit items, they really need to do something with cookies. Like, for example, make them craftable to like an NPC price. Like, for example, a tightly packed hay bales and some enchanted cookies would probably solve the problem. And would at least lock it to NPC price, maybe like around 5 mil for tightly packed hay bales and maybe like a stack of enchanted cookies. So, maybe, or 5 tightly packed hay bales, who knows, but maybe they just need to make stuff more craftable and obtainable, because there's too many items that are way too hard to get without either having to craft it or obtain it, and it's just way too hard to obtain things if you can't even, for example, get it in the first place. Just all that needs to be done is that it just needs to be more obtainable, and I think that it should most likely fix the economy. And yeah, because everybody's complaining about, oh, the garden's too overpowered. Like, I'm making like 15 mil an hour, just like barely doing anything. I mean, technically you can do mining, you can make like 3 times as much as me, maybe even 4 times, who knows. But still, though, it's not completely broken, but we need to fix the economy by allowing to have more items in the economy in the first place, instead of nerfing the source of it. So, honestly, I mean, I do enjoy making money. I mean, yeah, I could see maybe it could be a nerf, but I mean, why nerf it? Because it's not that it needs a nerf, it just needs more requirements and more work put into it. Like, I think stuff needs to be more skill locked in farming, because maybe like fermenter farming 45, or like raise each farming set like 5 levels. Make it so you have to obtain each silver in each contest at 40 through 50, and then do golds through 50 through 60. I think that would be fair. And maybe like the farming tools, maybe like have the base tier easier to obtain. Oh, that's fun. Let me get all that. So I like the farming tools, like the tier 1's like easier to obtain, but the harder, like for example like tier 2 could be like 30, and maybe like tier 3 can be like, not, actually no, tier 2 can be like farming 25 and tier 3 could be like farming 40 instead of, because it's literally just 5 levels. I think all that needs to be done is that it needs more of a skill gap than it needs nerfing, and then everything else just needs more of a demand into it, because it's way too easy to get into it. It just needs more skill locked in it, and same thing with pets. Like maybe instead of maybe they should like skill lock pets at some point, because I think it should be fair enough too as well. Because yeah, yeah, they just need a lot of way more things behind, and I think it should be pretty much fair enough for everybody. And this is what my thoughts are basically on this update. So honestly, I mean with their Rift, I mean there's gonna be more ways to make money, but they need to increase like the rarities of other items, especially the Necron and the Wither Shields. I mean, if you're gonna be running a hard floor, you have to make it somewhat easy for the item to get. Like, I don't know what was going on in their head through a progression item. They just need to increase the rarity of it. I mean, yeah, I get that it could like drop in price, but I mean, nobody should be doing 1,000 runs or maybe even 3,000 runs to get all the scrolls and a handle they need just for like one weapon to max out. Like, come on, Hypixel. It's absolutely ridiculous. All they need to do is do what they should have done in the first place, and that was to increase the rarity of the handles and the scrolls. And I mean, the recoms are literally fine because recoms are easy to get anyways. You just need more people running dungeons and they'll drop recoms. Tier 7 enchants. Just make it more obtainable. Just have different ways of getting it. Probably through like the Rift or something. I don't think that's hard of an issue to solve because, I mean having like rewards in like for example, if they have like rewards in like the Rift and it's very hard to get, they could have it Rift transferable, or have like certain bosses like drop higher tier enchants, but like, or just increase the rarity of like a lot of items, because if they want to make it so that you need it for progression, then they need to increase the rarity so it's not completely impossible to get. So that's what, yeah, because tier 7 enchants are just way too expensive right now. And power 7 was like 200 mil yesterday, and now it's like 300 mil. Maybe even 400 mil right now. Let's see, cause I need power 7 anyways, cause I'm working on a new term. All right, let's see. Power 7. Ah, yeah, 300 mil. What about Fatal Tempo? Let's search up Fatal Tempo, cause I also need that. Fatal Tempo. Like, they just need to increase the rarity of a lot of things. I mean, I need Fatal Tempo personally, but still. This needs to happen at some point. They need to increase the rarity of like everything. Because I'm trying to make money and the prices are increasing. Yeah, I get inflation, but still, it shouldn't be this bad. So, make things more craftable that's unobtainable, and increase the rarity of items that are just way too expensive or way too hard to get, because it is absurd. There's literally over 30,000 players. If they don't even think that people can get that, be like, oh yeah, let me just not grind for it and let's just obtain it. Like, they needed to make it like actually worth getting, like originally, instead of just doing it this way. So it the garden is not the issue. It's it's the it's everything else which is the issue. They need to increase the variety of everything. So, anyways, I don't have much else to say. I all I want to do is just get through it today. I just wanted to see you guys off. I am doing well right now, if you guys are wondering. I mean, I've been busy and I'm trying to farm out money for my next Terminator, but it's getting harder every day that the money is just increasing. It is absolutely insane. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. But first, we shall check my visitors. So, I mean, and this goes with overgrown grass as well. Oh, look, arachnid fragment. No, see? Nothing. Uh, no. What do you want to give me? Velvet top hat. I do need that. I need that. Yeah, I mean, they just need to increase the variety of mostly everything. I need 2 polished pumpkins. I mean, yeah, I get the whole point that, oh no, the prices are increased insanely. We had the same issue with mining. It's just now we have more new items that people want to complain about. It's like, what else do you expect? It's going to be the same thing. Oh, I do need that person. Enchanted brown mushroom. So, eh, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll respond to him. So, thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next upcoming video. I really haven't had much time to edit because I've been just on the grind, as you could see. So, don't blame hate on me because I think the garden is the most overpowered thing. I mean, it should, it just needs more of a skill gap to get into. That's all that needs to happen. There needs more skill gap, or just make it harder to obtain farming XP with a skill gap as well, because it's way too easy right now. So, I mean, yeah, I'm farming with 2 keys, but still, there needs more of a skill gap because you don't make a lot of money. You only make a lot of money at like the higher levels, but they just need more progression locking on farming. Just like with every other, just like all like the dragon sets. Just same thing with just same thing with farming. They need more progression locked behind items, increase rarity of items, and hopefully that'll solve the problem over time, I guess. I mean, yeah. So, alright, I'll see you guys. I've been keeping you here for a while, so anyways, let me quickly outro. So, alright, see you nerds. Have a good day and like, subscribe, ring the bell, join my Discord. It's in the description. So, alright, see ya.